Alright, yeah, I've got one uploaded. Yeah. Beer 6, halfway gone. It's giving you a highlight of the personality that you're going to deal with. Anyway, let me see. The first one, I was talking about all the cray-cray. Yeah, basically he was coming to my rescue to get down my pants. That summarizes it. Anyway, so this one I thought of while I was like reviewing the second one, and I had been involved with an individual while I was in the military, my first tour, and this guy, let me tell you how sick my mind is. I actually let this man into my life. This is so fucked up. But I'm going to let you know how fucking, asinine I really was at that point. Okay, so this individual had gone AWOL for 486 fucking days. And right before we deployed, they found his ass and dragged him back, put him in uniform, and deployed him with us. And there I was, my first sergeant, put me in charge of this fucking idiot. I throw shit in the air, fucking. And what did he do? We were at, God, where were we? We were doing something. And this silly fuck was sitting across from me, and he winked at me. He winked. Now, apparently, he started to crush on me. Crush. Weird little narcissistic, I'm enamored with this person because of what they look like when they were 25. Now I'm almost 40, right? I had a picture of me and my daughter as a screensaver type of thing. I was in my 20s. She was like 4 months old. And he was like, basically, is what he said. Yeah, he said, I saw that picture of you, and I was like, yeah. Anyway, I didn't look like that then. But anyway, so he had made a plan in his head that he was going to manipulate me. And he did. And I ended up being highly medicated by the time deployment was over because of this dude. He was a person that required a human alarm clock. He was roomed with a dude that I was actually friends with. I went to the dude. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? He's like, I can't wake him up either. I call on you. Yeah. One of the dudes that was in charge of him came to me and said, go get him. What the fuck? I called on cell phone. We had like little SIM card thingies in Iraq. I'm like, I can't get him. I'm pounding on the window, dude. I'm going door to window to door like a freak. What the fuck? Anyway, I came across a meme or a reel on Facebook a few days ago, and everything about what this fucker said holds true. Because this individual that I was tasked to keep an eye on, who was a fucking nightmare and manipulated me emotionally, psychologically, you name it, is a full-blown fucking narcissist. His ex-wife is involved with this, A girl that he had got involved with in Alabama is involved with this. And the girl he finally settled down with, who is from Texas, is involved with this. Oh my God, unbelievable. Anyway, so this silly fuck tried to go AWOL mid-tour on R&R. My first sergeant blessed off on me to stay in Kuwait for an extra however many days to make sure that little fuck got back into combat. Yeah, I was calling everybody this motherfucker knew, including his mama. Long story short, while we were in Kuwait, and then we were at JBB, I caught him online. I remembered the Yahoo Messenger because I looked over his shoulder and I sat there watching him type. He did not even know I was there. I contacted her when I got back to Texas. He ended up marrying that girl. Yep. It was her that cleared the playing field. I called the ex-wife. I called the ex-girlfriend in Alabama that he had left and thought he was going to go AWOL with. And I was like, no, you can get his ass back. Ex-wife got involved. She called her and said, no, get his ass back. And it was the paralegal that I had been talking to, that he had been talking to, that he ended up marrying. She's the ugliest of us all. Honest to God. So, when I say it's the ugly ones you need to be worried about, it is the honest to God fucking truth. Why am I a mess? Oh, no. Because when I was younger, yeah. That's all I was worth to anyone, was my looks. Nobody cared about what was in my head. This girl, she's been with him for about 10 years now. Now, is he fucking around on her? I don't know. I don't care. But I contacted her and she's like, don't be mad at me, girl. He's going to do what he's going to do. Let him. So, I contacted the girl in Alabama. It's like, yep, got in touch with the girl that he was talking to while we were deployed. You are not the only one. We didn't ever find out who the one was in Alabama aside from the other one. But his baby mama moved on. His daughter has graduated high school and has moved on. Players are going to play. And if you don't know their tactics, you will get played. I've been played. Yes, I have. And I know their tactics. Which is why my anxiety went through the roof with the Cluster B milkshake. Because I was being played. However, I had bonded with his kid. To kind of put everything into a very abstract perspective. Thankfully, when the kid turned 15 last year, he had basically disowned his father. I had even talked to the baby mama. I was like, why in the hell didn't you just pick up, move, and cut ties with this entire element? She goes, I wasn't in a position to do that. And then she explained it, and I understood. And I was like, so what is the kid going to do? Well, apparently the kid basically found his voice and said, we don't need your money, and we don't need you. Stay the fuck away. I'm not going to visit you. I don't want visitation. I don't want to visit. I don't want nothing. Stay away from me. Stay away from my mother. He put his foot down with the grandparents, said, I don't want nothing to do with my father. Don't try to make me have a relationship with this man. Period. That's what it took. A teenager to disconnect. Now, as far as the dude that played me while I was in the military, she moved on. She got in a marriage. She was married, I don't know, 2-3 years. He played her. She said, enough is enough. We are forever single. Her daughter is now in college. This dude's daughter is now in college. And who is he with? The ugly one. Yep, he chose the ugly one. Ex-wife, beautiful. Ex-girlfriend in Alabama, she was like, my God, this dude's stalking me. Yeah. She's pretty too. Me? He left me the fuck alone. He knew I was dangerous. But this woman that he's involved with, been with for 10 years, yeah, I've contacted her a couple times. I used to have her phone number. Yeah, she's helped me with a couple of legal things regarding Texas law down here in Texas when I was there. Yeah, she's a good girl. Is she cute? Mm-mm. She's the ugly one. But she knows her shit. She's nice. She's civil. That's the one he chose. Looks are not everything. No, they are not. So, for those of you who are walking around thinking that, you have to live at a gym and be perfect in every way, shape, and form, and as you age out, if you thought you were intimidating when you were younger because you were pretty and you couldn't get the perfect guy, you know what? As you get older, it gets even harder. Yeah. I was perfect. I had a perfect body. I lived at a gym. I had all of these physical features that attracted assholes into my life. And the ones that were good to me, I shooed away. And the ones that were shitbags, who were only looking at the fact that I was arm candy. I let them into my life and I got treated like dirt, or I got manipulated and then felt the repercussions of it later. It blows my mind that I would be on here talking about all of this crap, divulging all of this crap. And yeah, I've been played. And yeah, I can see it. And now I'm like 53 years old. I'm soon to be 54. And I'm almost wondering if my weight gain and my house in its entirety is a defense mechanism. Nobody wants to walk into this cray-cray. Doesn't matter how cute I am out in public. As soon as I show them this, I can literally stand at the doorway and be like, I need you to brace yourself. Because this is what you are about to look at is my abuse trauma, my relationship trauma, my emotional trauma, the narcissistic trauma, all wrapped into one. Because prior to the age of 30, my life did not look like this. That's when it all started. And that's when it all spiraled. And now I'm 53. So we're talking 23 years of... Yeah, and I've only owned this house like 8 years. Struggle, survival, torment. There it is. I pay my bills. I earn my money. I don't need a man to come into my life and cause more problems. If you're going to come into my life, fix my fucking problems. And if you can't handle it, you do like the last one did. Go home for the night and then mama throw you under the bus. Where'd you stay last night? Yeah, that's what I thought.